In our particular business, I think what we need is clarity and focus. It's not that we lack vision, but I think truly communicating a vision in this regard is probably the key to getting employees to participate in our environmental sustainability programs. We made a lot of strides. Unfortunately, so many of them have been behind the scenes or truly higher management decisions that don't get noticed. For example, how we compact trash and how we get trash off the mountain, and just programs within food and beverage, reusable cups instead of paper cups, things like that. We've reduced our waste probably almost in half in the last 5 years, but they're not things that we celebrate in front of our guests and in front of all of our employees. They're kind of decisions that are made behind the scenes. Certainly, I think that we have made great strides here with all of our lines of business in terms of being open and honest in communication with our employees, being truly transparent with our results and what's going on. And I think that's probably a big part of what we're missing from a sustainability perspective, is really communicating that to all of our employees all the time and making that kind of top of mind and making it, something that we're focused on a day-to-day basis. Well, I think we need to simplify. I think we are not very clear, again, and focused on what we need to do from an employee perspective. We ramp up from 80, full-time year-round staff to 500 almost overnight. And if it's not clear and simple what needs to be done, it's almost impossible to get it done. And it's the same thing with our guests. We have such a transient guest base that people come and go, and if we don't have time to get real in depth with things. But if we can simplify and really focus on what we need to do on a day-to-day basis, then I think that's probably the biggest thing we can do to improve short term. Well, for one thing, at least I know where all these brochures that don't get read can be recycled. And we're pretty good at recycling plastics and diverting them to the right place. And since we produce a ton of white paper, I know where that goes.
Oh wait, no, you can't put that in there. That's for newspaper.
But I was told white paper could go with the recyclables.
Well,
why is this so confusing? At least I know where I can put glass, since I've been recycling that since I was 8 years old. Why, Montana, why?
Don't worry, it all goes to the landfill anyway.
yeah.
I don't know anymore.
At least we have cardboard figured out. So obviously our recycling program isn't exactly perfect, nor is the community's recycling program exactly perfect. And I think that gets back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of simplifying, making sure our employees know exactly what to do with white paper, making sure our employees know exactly what to do with which cups that we have that can be recycled and which cups we have that can't, and where they go and when to take them there. But certainly I think there are a number of takeaways in terms of what we do right. Back to just we have gotten much better in terms of our waste management and how much waste we have in terms of the products that we buy, reusable cups. We developed almost an entire zipline attraction based on reusable materials, with just lift towers being shortened to become zipline towers, things like that. And we do a real good job of that kind of bigger stuff, and it's just a function of communicating that back down to all of our employees so that we are just more focused on that on a regular basis.